far as just this year and the way you guys have dealt with it, we got a chance to speak with Charles Kelly about it. I know you've talked before about just what it was like to see fans kind of share their thoughts on him. What was it like for you to see him just kind of ignore all that and try to get you guys to be the best defense you could be?
I defended Coach Kelly the whole year because I know the truth about everything. This guy, he loses sleep. You know, there's times where he don't get to spend time with his family because he sacrificed for us. You know, watching extra film and everything. So just how the season went. You know, I'm so happy that I backed him up, which I always would. You know, even if it would have went south. But to just know the potential we had, and just everybody had to buy in, and how great of a coach he is, you know, I'm very happy how things went.
And of course, with you, this would be your last game, and for other guys too. It's now a little bit of a changing of the guard. You're going to see guys like this is going to be Trey's team now, and DeAndre's team, and so on and so forth. What advice have you tried to give those guys over the last year about knowing that, hey, next year people are going to be looking to you, that it does fall on you, that you are the guys going forward?
Right. They have to be, you know, they gotta, you know, be able to accept that role. Me accepting the role as a team leader, as the face of the program, you have to bring your P's and Q's. You can't, you know, slack off. Every flaw you have, you know, every tendency you have is somebody will pick it up. You know, you might ride you about it, so you got to be able to take that criticism when it's wrong, and be able to stay humble and continue everybody and keep the team, you know, head low when success is coming, you know.
My final question. I'm working on something about your Mamba Mode celebration. How did that whole thing start from just doing it to running out 20 yards and crossing your arms and just striking that pose?
Okay, Mamba Mode and the pose is two different. It actually just came together, you know, but Mamba Mode came from the NBA Finals with Kyrie Irving, and they asked him, you know, he took the game on the shot, and they asked Kyrie, they said, you know, what were you thinking? And he said, I'm a Mamba mentality. And I'm like, Coach Fisher have us watch so many motivational videos. So just watching it, you know, being a great player, you know, you always look at other great players and just, all right, how did it prevail in certain moments like that? NBA Finals, you got to make the game on the shot, you know. I kind of trained myself mentally for those moments. So him saying Mamba mentality, like, okay, like he really took over the game, you know. And against Ole Miss, when I was like, you know, I'm sick of this, you know what I'm saying? I really took over the game, getting 4.5 sacks in the second half, and people asked me, like, what was that? I said, Mamba Mode. You know, I wanted to take over the game. And then just the whole folding my arms thing, it actually came from Eddie Goldman. We was just sitting in the house, blasting music. We were listening to Chief Keef. Yeah. He had this one song where he was like, and Eddie's one quiet guy, you don't see him do much, you don't see him dance, but I seen every side of Eddie because we are really great friends. And some part of the song just came up, and he just got up and folded his arms. I looked up and started busting out laughing. So, you know, I think I'm going to do that. So ever since then, that's what I did.
When you talked about Throw Up Mondays, what did that consist of? You said you were going to throw up every Monday of the offseason.
No, I wasn't going to. I did.
Right.
What it was, it wasn't, I hate throwing. I don't plan on throwing up. No. Right. It's just the workout was so hard. I threw up every single Monday. Like, back home.
Is it sprints? You going up stadium steps? Like what?
It was whatever my trainer had us plan. You know, he knew that I would eat bad over the weekend. So he planned,
getting it out of you?
Yeah, so he planned those Mondays very good. I'm talking about pushing the sled 5 yards, got to run back 5. Push the sled 10 yards, got to run back 10. They were sled guys. I wanted to fight him that day. Like, push it 15, got to run back 15 and sprint back to the 15, got to push it 30. Like, sled gases was the worst workout I ever did. Still is. And ever since then, like, after that day, every Monday I threw up, like, because he knew what it took to get out of it.
But most people, after they do something once and it makes them throw up, say, all right, man, I'm not doing that anymore. That wasn't fun. What about you made you go back to that and keep going back to that?
Because I wanted it to be the best. You know, I knew it was going to take time and it was going to take a lot of hard work. And I put in that hard work and I'm still not satisfied. But I just love perfecting my craft. I love getting better. You know, I hate pain, but I love the pleasure. So, you know, the sacrifices and that I have to make to prevail and to be the greatest, you know, I don't mind doing it.
You think you could be like a good, I don't know, teaching tool for all these young guys, these freshmen and sophomores on this team now?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I never noticed how much influence, I have until I speak up when I do something. And that's why, a lot of coaches come to me and ask, hey, can you talk to this guy? Talk to this guy. The other day, Coach Kelly told me to talk to Trey about taking yoga, because everybody thought yoga wasn't so cool. And so they started seeing me doing it and just how it helps improve my game so much to where, my natural bend, my bend is natural now, At the beginning of yoga, I wasn't able to sit crisscross applesauce, I promise. But within 2 weeks, I'm able to more flexible in my hips and all that stuff, my ankles, to where, that wasn't a problem.
I know you were a guy that was a 4-star who came in with a lot of expectations, but it seems like in some ways you're very much kind of self-made, to put it bluntly. I mean, when you think back to what you were and who you were as a freshman to where you are and what you are now, how would you describe that transformation? Because
huge, 0 to 100. Just confidence to where just my technique, just utilizing my talent, It's so surreal. Like, y'all see a huge change and just like, wow, I'm the same way, because, I always knew the potential I had, just going out and living it and just overachieving everything. It's been so crazy because I'm just so proud. Even though I'm not satisfied, I'm just so proud of myself because, I proved so many people wrong. So many people wrong. And now it's just, and I'm still hungry. This ball game, I'm so hungry for it. I can't wait. And just into my future career, I'm so hungry. I just don't know.
And that's going to be at the next level too. Yeah. Is that's something that's going to drive you as well? Because I'm sure there are going to be people that have doubts about you at the next level. That's part of you. That's part of your drive, is to prove people wrong.
Sorry. Yes. Oh man, it's going to drive me. And as the stage get bigger, the more I'm gonna work. So I'm ready for anything because I know I'm gonna put in the work, I'm gonna put in the time, and no one is gonna want to battle with me.
Not to be funny, but I mean, it's funny to hear you say that because you're a guy that you came in with a lot of expectations, your prototypical build. How were people doubting? Like, what were some of those things that you heard that you were just like, you know what, I don't like it, so I'm gonna change it?
People just, a lot of people thought I wasn't going to be a college defensive end. Say I wasn't a pass rusher. Just a lot of different stuff. So just proving I'm wrong. Just now, just smirking. You know what I'm saying? I clap for myself because I know what I was able to do.
There are a lot of juniors right now on this team who are going through the same decision that you had to make last year. If they came to you and asked for advice and said, DeMarcus, help me kind of see all different perspectives, what would you say to that?
If they want to leave, I want them to be smart about, hey, is it certain that my name will get called? My name was going to get called last year, but I don't settle for less than I knew the potential I had, and I know where I can go. And if they come back, which I wish some of them do to get that degree, but you got to believe in yourself. You got to work. And, no point I work day in, day out. You got to believe in yourself.